Now I should get another email. And we should be live. Come on, email. I'll just leave it out of studio mode tonight.
Yeah, it's live.
Cool, yep. All right, everybody. We're back for another test. This time it's night time. Test number 2, yes. So, Sarge is driving. Tezza is in the co-pilot seat. Hopefully things sound better tonight and we don't have squeaky windscreen wipers and...
He's locked his seatbelt in. Heard that?
What was that? Oh, you're going to hear lots of different stuff. Anyway, for reference, I am mic'd up with a Rode wireless mic. I've owned it 2 years and this is the first time I'm using it, so...
Nice.
This car's probably going to be loud. This will not be the car that we use most of the time.
It is a Lexus.
Oh, you just wrecked it. I was going to ask people. I was going to ask quiz people, what car are we in?
Damn. Sorry,
anyway,
bro.
So we'll probably go for about 2 hours again tonight. Turning here. Starting off from the BP, somewhere near Redcliffe.
Yeah, I was looking at the computer the whole way there, so I think we're in Margate.
Whatever. Somewhere, to me, it's Redcliffe Peninsula.
Yeah.
It's all that matters to me.
It's all one area.
I'm going to wind... Oh. I'm going to wind that window up. Oh, what is going on? What? All right, cool. I think I was going to wind that window down. All right, so we got headphones on this time, Terry. So let's talk about what happened the other time on Anzac Day.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we went for a drive, dropped you off at your dad's at Toowoomba.
We did.
But we had, I had bought a small inverter. It was supposed to be a 200 watt inverter from J-Car, and it couldn't even handle 100 watts.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they measure their wattage, but we couldn't run the Roadcaster. So I went and bought a bigger inverter and we're running the Roadcaster.
Yes. Yes.
So now we've got, well, you've got my podcast microphone because I'm waiting to get these Rode boom mics
Yeah.
to go into the headsets. And some adapters and all sorts of carry-on.
Yes.
And I was sold the wrong adapters, so we can't use the boom mics at the moment. So I'm using the Rode mic wireless, and you're using a Shure podcast mic.
I am. Right up against my face.
You sound good.
So it sounds like I'm on radio right now.
I sound a bit echoey. I'll sound better if I do that.
Yeah, if you put it just up your neck a bit more.
I'm going to put it.
Should be
all right.
good.
So that's on my seatbelt.
Yep.
Just under my face.
Yep. Sounds almost like me. Awesome.
I hope I sound as good as you when we get these boom mics.
Yes.
So
we should sound exactly the same.
Well, we sound a lot better than Friday because that we were just using the camera.
Yep.
Microphone. So anyway,
we already got one person talking.
What do you mean?
GR Yaris Mal.
Oh, Mal.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Jeez, that motorcyclist was a little bit quick.
Look at that.
We're sitting on 70 and that bike came flying past.
GR. He knew it was already a Yaris.
Lexus.
Lexus, sorry.
Yeah, because Mel...
Yaris, your name threw me off, mate.
Well, I met up... I'm going to say it again, Mel. Thank you. I've been looking at buying a GR Yaris, and... Well, Mel has one. You can tell Mel has one. It's his handle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
GR Yaris Mel. Anyway, he let me have a drive of his car yesterday.
Yeah, I saw you were together at the Loop yesterday. Yep.
that was an experience. That is a really cool, sporty little 3-cylinder turbo, all drive Toyota.
It sounds good.
I like it. It's a
Yep.
stock exhaust system too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, look at that German Shepherd. What a beautiful dog. Can you turn your notifications down, young Tezza?
I can just turn them off. There we go.
We don't have to turn them off, but just definitely
No,
turn
they're
them
off.
down.
I'm watching my phone because that's how I'm doing the YouTube. So, yeah.
I might have to move over. I might let this car go before me.
We've got 5 watching straight up.
What?
G'day, everyone.
Get out.
Yeah.
Well, for a test, we haven't even officially started the channel yet.
No.
But for a test to have 5 people watching, all right. I mean, that's pretty good. Anyway, so what are we going to do? So we're going to go for a cruise to... That does sound better if I do that.
It does.
We're going to go for a cruise to the Loop at the airport. We might not make it in time. Actually, it should have already shut.
Should be already shut, but we can at least go to the gate.
We'll go to the
turn around
gate.
And go back.
We'll go to the gate and
We'll go
find
to
out.
Alpha side, and then
And then I was thinking a cruise up Mt Coot-ha. There's not a lot more Brisbane
yes,
than a drive up Mt Coot-ha.
definitely. And
So-
a trip through the city.
Anyway, I spent a bit of time last night doing a bit of an overlay, so we've got some stuff written around the screen now.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that the the counter doesn't seem to be going up the way it should go up, because I definitely know there's more than 650 now.
Yeah, it can take a little bit for that to load. I will say that.
Well,
But
I just think it sort of captured it yesterday when I did it, and it was sitting at 145,
yeah,
and it just hasn't moved since then. So something I'll go away and have a look at.
645. That's what I'm
What did I
saying.
say?
145.
Oh, 645. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what else? So again, like Friday, we're on the Ted Smout Bridge, the
Yep.
Hornybrook Highway.
Going across the Hornybrook, Hintonbrook Bay. Good picture.
Had we found Red?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't loaded Red up yet, have we?
Not yet, no.
Oh, he'll be upset.
Sorry, mate.
Is that something you can do now? Without saying his handle?
Actual no, yeah. Has he sent you his handle yet?
I know it.
Oh.
I could just tell it to you. And everybody who's listening.
Sworn to secrecy, everyone. Visit.
So
No,
I
don't
will be
think I can do
driving
this from a phone.
sedately, because I have a very good understanding that the sports exhaust on this car is probably loud enough that we'll be... Yeah, we don't want it to overpower the conversation. Or maybe sometimes the car is the conversation.
True.
Wow. So tonight, there's no rain. So we've actually got our antenna outside the car, because this car has a steel roof. So the magnets actually work. Yeah, that probably sounds good.
Nice sound coming through, everyone. Please let us know.
We'll I'll let it slide into 8th gear, and that shouldn't be too loud now. Yeah, so we've got the antenna outside on the roof, so hopefully this time... Well, Terry, you're not watching there's blurriness. How blurry is the TV?
It's a bit
No, have a look
blurry.
on the screen in front of you.
It is blurry.
All right, how are we going to fix that? Use a high beam. All right, this is why we're doing a test, people, because then we can work out...
We can work it out. If the camera's having a bit of a lag, you
It's
can
not
usually
lagging,
do
it's
that.
just focusing on...
And it fixes it.
It's just not focusing. So maybe we need a night setting on the camera.
Could.
Well, I thought it got better then. Anyway,
It did for a second.
that's supposed to be Terry's job. I'm driving.
camera.
Yeah, you have to on the camera. We'll have to find a night setting.
Looking good at the moment. I think it says high beams or...
Well, I can't drive around on high beams, Terry.
Yeah, I know that.
I tell you what, we're going to drive around. We're going to drive through the city, and hopefully it'll be all lit up. It's just very dark out here.
Hey, Jimmy, if you're watching, any tips on that?
Yeah, he'll say use night mode.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and that's a standard setting on most cameras.
see if we can focus in on the Ranger. Focus in on the Raptor. Oh, look at that. What a legend. Good on you, Ranger Raptor driver. What is it about Ranger drivers? They're like wannabe Mustang drivers?
He just took that exit, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just basically cut us off to
Yeah.
take the exit. Like, there is no one behind me. He could have just... He didn't have to be beside me. Like, what the hell was all that about? But this is why we do the channel. This is why we drive around just calling out bad behaviour on the road. That looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Cool.
Yeah. See the lighting?
The lighting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think night mode is going to be a thing.
Okay, well, we can find that out. But
Yep.
I'm going to say that there's probably only two dark places we're going to be tonight. One was Deegan Deviation.
Yeah.
The other one is probably driving up Mt Coot-ha.
Yeah. The
So-
rest is well lit because it's all motorways and
Yeah, exactly.
well lit surface streets.
All right,
so,
let's merge at the merge point. Let's talk about merging, because that seems to be one of the, like, I have asked hundreds and hundreds of people, what drives you crazy on the road? Like, when motorists don't do something correct. Like, the biggest one is not keeping left unless overtaking. And then people in New South Wales were worst. Queenslanders will say Victorians are crap. Victorians will say everyone above the border is terrible. So I've driven through every state and territory in Australia, and there's just idiots in every state.
Mate.
What do we got here? We've got a breakdown. Oh, we're not using Waze tonight because I don't have a... What are they? Changing the tyre? They're changing a tyre or something. Bonnet's up.
Yep.
Look at this guy. This guy doesn't even have his headlights on next to us. Not that you can see. He's just got his parkers and his spotlights on. His driving lights.
This one here.
This guy.
Coming up the right.
He's just got his parkers on, so he's still got tail lights, but he doesn't have he doesn't have his headlights on.
Well, we can see that just there.
He's literally just got, I think, just those little driving lights down in his bumper bar.
Yep.
And that's the thing, like, even in an old car, if you got your parkers on, your dashboard will be lit up, so...
You wouldn't know.
Unless you're in a dark area.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit behind this P-plater for a little while. We're not in a rush. We're sitting on about 90 in a 100 zone. But I'm just doing the speed. Look at this. We're doing 90, 95 in a 100 zone.
Yep.
And we're overtaking this trailer being towed by a Carnival. I'm going to put that window up.
Yeah, you got to put that.
There we go. Ooh. Might put that window up. Put that window up. Why is it that the slowest people drive in the centre lane? Everybody. Why is it that the slowest drivers pick the centre lane to drive in?
We've discussed this, you and I personally.
I've discussed this with so many people. It's just not keeping left unless overtaking. Even though the rules say you can be in any left-hand lane that's not the right-hand lane, it actually slows traffic down when it's just not good fluid dynamics.
No. Doesn't help with the traffic flow.
No. You want the slowest vehicles in the left lane.
Yep.
Slightly faster vehicles in the next right lane. And then the fastest vehicles in the very, very right lane.
Yeah.
Overtaking. And, but Why is it that the slowest people drive in the middle lane? There's an answer in the chat.
Yeah.
The how many people are watching the chat? This will be fun. 6. Holy dooly. This will be fun when there's like thousands of people, hundreds of people in the chat.
True. Oh, it'll be bouncing. The chat will be bouncing.
Well, I'm keen to hear from our subscribers. Why do you think the slow people drive in the middle lane? I've got a couple of thoughts. One of them is they don't want to have to deal with people merging on an on-ramp.
Okay, a few glitches happening.
Glitches?
Yeah,
Like as in
I'm sure it's down
pausing?
to reception. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty keen to get that Optus SIM card too, so...
Let me just reboot my app. Because sometimes it is a YouTube issue.
Right, so it looks all right. So it looks all right on the laptop, just not on your phone.
Yeah.
Focus looks all right.
Yep.
Car sounds good.
Yep. Definitely.
We will be going straight. I'm always turning onto Southern Cross Drive. I need to remember going to the airport. I don't have to do that.
Okay, GR Yarrismail just said he didn't get a notification going live.
No?
I'm not 100% sure that how that works.
I got mine, Mel. I got notification when we went live. Actually, I got 2 because we went live.
I got mine.
And then when we started the car, the inverter turned off.
Yeah, I got mine.
Which meant our router turned off, which meant our roadcaster turned off.
Yeah.
Everything turned off, which meant we had, and that was 1 minute 14 seconds into the stream. So I had to restart the stream, had to restart YouTube, restart OBS. And our power's connected straight to the battery. So it just took a lot of amperage out of the battery to start the car, meaning it took too much out of the inverter and the inverter turned itself off. So
Yep.
good to know. Good to know for the future.
Max is here.
Max.
G'day, Max. Good to see you, mate.
How's Sydney, Max? I was only there a few weeks ago, so it was nice. Actually, accidentally stayed through Sydney when it was Mardi Gras.
I travelled with Max when I was down there in Sydney just last month.
Yep.
And he also made a comment just here in the chat saying that I tend to agree with that. I don't think they'd like to merge or merge.
Dealing with people merging.
Yeah,
Max.
yeah.
I think so too, mate. People just like to sit in the middle lane. At least they're not in the right-hand lane, I'll give them that. But I've seen people sitting in the middle lane. Like, if we talk, there'll be other cities with other roads similar. If we go north of Brisbane up the Bruce Highway, we get to a point where there's 3 lanes.
Yes.
All the way to, where's it called? Gympie.
Yeah, it is.
Now.
Yeah.
And, there's a Gympie bypass now.
There
anyway,
is.
So people will, it's not 3 lanes all the way. It's 3 lanes up into Steve Irwin Way.
Yeah.
And then it turns back into 3 lanes. It's 2 lanes up until Caloundra turnoff, and then it's 3 lanes for a little while, and then 2 lanes. But anyway, when it's 3 lanes,
yeah.
And it's 110. So it's a 110 zone, but you'll get trucks and caravans sitting in the middle lane doing 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
I believe
stupid. You should, if you're gonna sit on 100, you should be in the left-hand lane. Actually, I think the left-hand lane should just stay 100. All right, we're gonna take this exit to the airport. Yep.
H-Man, Stu, good to see you, my man. You're the legend. He loves sitting in the middle lane.
Why, H-Man? You don't like to deal with the people merging.
Love sitting in the middle lane.
Tell us why. Why do you do it, H? You say you love it, but why? I don't think the airport should be too crazy busy this time of night on a Monday night.
Shouldn't be. Well, the fans aren't there, so they shouldn't be crowding it up.
The fans?
The fans, yeah.
What do you mean the fans for?
European fans. They should be there crowding it up.
Have you noticed there's a new limit here now? It's 80.
Is it really?
Yep, they changed
Okay,
it.
yeah.
I think.
It has been a little while since I've driven along Airport Drive here. Well, Moreton Drive that we're on now.
Yep.
Yeah, it has been a little while.
So, in the last couple of days, I think.
H-Man's answer is because he can. Nice one, bro.
Well, I don't know. Where's H-Man live?
New South Wales.
Right, so, yeah, well, not exactly where. We don't need people stalking him. But so in New South Wales, you are not allowed to undertake. So in New South Wales, if it's 3 lanes and people are sitting in the middle lane going slow,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to be overtaking on the left-hand side.
No, actually, I knew that because I've driven a lot in New South Wales. You're not supposed to do that
No, you're not
at
supposed
all.
to do
It's
that.
completely, it's wrong.
Right, so that rule's supposed to encourage the slow people to drive in the left-hand lane.
Yeah.
But in Queensland,
It's not.
there's a clause in the laws that says you are permitted to overtake in any lane on any multi-lane road. Doesn't matter what the speed limit is,
Yes.
what the posted speed is. So what that means is it allows people. I think that rule was placed there because people are sitting in the right-hand lane and we're getting frustrated with it, trying to get around them when they're sitting doing 90 in a 100 zone. And
Yes.
so they changed the rules to say, yeah, well, you can go around on the left-hand side now.
Yeah.
All right, what are you laughing at?
H-Man.
The Terry, you've made Terry laugh.
Twice. Hey, I laughed on Friday. Had a good laugh on Friday.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
This is cool. H-Man and I have met obviously on another live stream, but we've never met. It's a good community, the live stream community.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a good bloke. Know him personally. Ooh, we're glitching.
we're glitching.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're back. We're back. All good. It's
All
just
right.
these few second glitches.
Well, that's not so bad.
We are at the airport. This happens around the back of the airport, okay? We
What?
are spinning at the moment, so...
It's spinning.
Yeah. This happens around the back of the airport.
Well, let's get away from the actual airport. We'll just
Yeah,
go down to where the loop is. Who requested? H-Man? Who requested us to go to drive down here?
Well, me, pretty much.
No, I thought you said somebody else. Said,
Oh, H-Man would love
yeah.
to see it, yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
won't. I don't think he'll be seeing much because the gate will probably be shut.
Yeah.
But what you don't see on Only Planes Network is the guys driving to and from the airport or the loop up to the...
No.
I mean, you do. There's been a couple of times, but all you see is the roof of the inside of the bread van.
Yep.
What are all these motorcyclists? There's one
This
following
is a
me.
very regular occurrence here at the loop.
I've actually not realised that. Oh, what are they doing? Are they trying to make their bike sound good through the tunnel?
There you go. Yeah. Okay, we are learning coming around the back of the airport there, which isn't surprising because airports are pretty bad when it comes to bandwidth because you've got hundreds and hundreds of people all in one spot at the same time, all using their phones. And that can usually be a bit of a drag. Like if you're stable, like the boys up in the car park,
Yeah.
they're not moving. Maddie here at the loop, they're not moving.
Yep.
But we're moving, so it can be a bit of an issue.
So I can see the gates are shut.
Going under the tunnel now on the video.
Well, that's only because you're lagging.
Yeah, because the
'Cause
YouTube
you're not,
is
but
lagging.
you're not live.
Yeah,
Oh, hang on.
yeah.
How far are you live on? Are you watching live?
Yeah, I'm watching live on my phone.
Yeah, you are too.
Yeah. And yeah, okay. So we've caught back up again because YouTube will do its thing.
Yep.
Yeah, gate's shut.
All right. So there's the gate.
Yep. That's the entrance to the loop for everyone that's never been here before.
So where did Maddie park last
Just there.
night?
Alpha site is pretty much those car parks, those first car parks just here after the gate.
I thought he drove over this way or something.
No.
All right.
He points towards Zulu.
Well, you would be crazy to come over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, this Lexus has one of the best turning circles of any large car.
Yep. See where these people are parked? You see their brake lights?
Where? Oh, over there.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, not here because that's an entrance. That's an emergency entrance. But yeah, this here.
Yep.
This is a very common place for people to pull up to continue their plane spotting
When the loop
after the
shuts.
loop is shut, because you get these perfect views here on Yankee and Zulu. So yeah, they're just it's fantastic. It really is. And like James and Maddie are, they're on top of the van, so they get a great view.
I'll be honest, I've never seen James on top of the van.
I have. I can say that, and I got photos.
Actually, I put 2 photos up on the Discord
You did.
yesterday.
You
I wasn't
did?
sure if you saw them.
Yeah. That was actually a really cool shot.
The silhouette.
Yeah,
That
Maddie.
is a good photo.
Maddie with the sunset. That was, and it was a cracker sunset
Yeah, yesterday.
yesterday.
Where's all our little biker mates? They're riding through the tunnel. I don't know if they're taking photos or what they're doing, but alrighty, mind your own
H-Man
business.
said he still overtakes on the left even if they're not driving slow. Mate, I've always known you as a rebel.
This is what's going to happen. Like, nothing personal to anybody on the channel or whatever like that, but people are going to out themselves
Yeah.
as being, let's say, not so much sticking to the rules.
Yep. Okay, a few glitches around this part of the airport, mate.
Under the okay.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
away from the airport. You know
Yeah.
where it should work?
Where?
Up on a mountain.
Yeah, perfect line of sight.
So we will. Let's oh, here they are. Ah, look at them all. Look at them all.
These are all the. Oh wow, yeah.
Look at all the motorcyclists. They're all doing
Hopefully
little
it catches up.
Oh, that's a scooter.
That
That front one's a scooter. Like, it's a big scooter, but it's a scooter. What are they doing? I'm keen to know. What are those bikers doing?
Nina's here.
Nina. Hello, Nina.
I'm hoping the
Let's go through
stream
the
catches
terminal.
back up.
Let's go through the terminal.
Yeah, might as well go around the arrivals pickup.
No, I was going to
road.
drive through the terminal.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, why is it busy here?
It
People can't
is
drive.
a Monday.
Oh, I can do this one.
Just don't
well-
get caught in let's go into the car park lane, bro.
I'm not going to do that. Right, so this is Brisbane Domestic Terminal, T1 and T2. Is that correct? I think so.
Yeah, no, this is just TD.
Oh, T2. All right.
Terminal Domestic.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Just got nearly got sideswiped
Yeah,
on
wow,
camera. Thank you. That's what happens in the airport. People, what I do is I always come down, and I always occupy the last spot on the left there because it's almost always vacant. And look there, it's vacant right now.
Okay, Max just dropped in. That internet is really playing up. Yeah, because we're at the airport, down on ground.
We are learning, Max. We are learning where the internet's crap.
Yeah.
But like I mentioned earlier, we've only got one SIM card in the router, which is a Telstra one, so we don't have the Optus one in there just yet. So hopefully that will help, because it's not like we're driving that fast that it should make any difference. And Maddie and James don't have an issue getting service there. So
Well, they are sitting still
are
once
we
they
back
set up.
in? Are we back on yet?
And I'm going to do
Otherwise, we're just chatting. Who else has been chatting?
Nina, Giara Yaris, Mal.
Oh, Mal. Yeah, sorry, Mal. I forgot about you. Even though I'm literally driving.
And then there's like two
yesterday.
people just watching. So, but we're coming up out of the airport now. We're moving on. We're heading back into pretty much city, and we're heading for Mt Coot-ha.
So, for people
So
not
to
in
answer your
Brisbane,
question there, Max, yeah, we are going for Mt Coot-ha.
Max and H-Man, have you ever been to Mt Coot-ha?
Yeah, there's a question for you.
I don't have
boys.
to ask Nina.
I've been there.
I know Nina's been to Mt Coot-ha.
Yeah, so have I.
I think she was telling me the other day that she had a really magical kiss with some dude up in Mt Coot-ha at some stage. So, and look, I'll put my hand up and say I've
had
definitely,
some-
yeah. There's been first kisses up on Mt Coot-ha.
There's been several kisses up in Mt Coot-ha.
You too, Tez.
Yeah, man.
Who are you kissing?
I'm not. I won't discuss that on air. But
We should have a Tez laugh counter on the channel. A Tezza laugh
hey,
counter.
that's come up several times on other channels, mate. I reckon I beat every counter that's ever been. I reckon I could even beat the light counter. The light counter.
The like.
Get it out.
Like
Boy. Get it
counter.
out. Yeah.
All right, so this is what I reckon we do. We will. Oh.
Tunnel? We tested tunnels. Or do you want to do an actual city surface?
No,
street
you
ride?
know what? Let's go Sandgate Road.
Okay.
Let's actually it's
Yeah.
pretty lit up,
It is.
so the camera should focus okay. Actually, since the Deegan deviation, I think the camera's been focused pretty good.
Yeah, it has. No major issue. There may have been a bit of focus that I didn't notice because I got to stop focusing just on my phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Sandgate Road. Turn left, and we'll make our way into the city that way. Or, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
Well, that means we just stay on this road.
Yeah, pretty much, mate.
There we go. Over the.
We're
What do you
going
call
to-
this?
The flyover.
The flyover that flies over the other
The
flyover.
Morton Road flyover.
The bridge over the bridge.
It pretty much is, yeah. I remember it being built. I was staying in the Ibis budget just beside us right now as it was getting built, and they were driving the foundation support poles into the ground.
Okay.
And they were doing that 24 hours a day. There wasn't much sleep out that night in the hotel.
That's all right. We're just going to do, we'll just go through the city. We can see Mt Coot-ha here. It's off to the left, so you can't see it on the stream just yet. Wow.
Max, as far as I'm aware, the cafe, yes, is still up there at Mt Coot-ha.
The
As far as I'm
cafe
aware.
is.
Yeah.
The Summit restaurant, I used to know one of the owners. He was an old-timer.
Oh,
He,
cool.
let's not go through the tunnel.
No.
Great guy. Can't remember his name just off the top of my head, but met him a few years ago. I don't know if the restaurant's open, the Summit restaurant.
I can't actually remember. That'll be a Google.
So that's actually
Yeah.
a separate
It is.
building.
It is. Yes.
to the cafe.
Yes.
But the cafe's definitely still open.
Definitely. I
So
was
is
only
that-
up there like.
Was that Max telling us that he's been there?
Well, Max, can you confirm? Have you been to the
Well, he's
top of Mount Coot-ha?
Was he not asking?
Yeah,
He was asking about the cafe. That
Yeah.
means, to me, that means he knows that he's been there.
The-
He's been to the cafe.
Yeah, there's something up there that he's been to. Yeah.
The Summit restaurant, I'll be honest, was awesome. Was a great restaurant. So hopefully it's still probably won't be open on a Monday night.
I doubt it. Especially after a long weekend.
Bit of traffic out. Heading into the city along Sandgate Road, just here. So just to the right, So we're near a place called Toombul. Well,
Yes.
Toombul itself isn't a suburb.
No, it was just a shopping centre and a train station.
It was a shopping centre.
Yeah.
And it is now a flat field
Yes.
after the floods in 2022.
Yep.
Basically, the whole shopping centre was written off. And that used to be a Westfield
It did.
back in the day.
It did.
And now it's been levelled, and it's the grass has grown there. It's almost, you could almost play sport on there.
Yep. Yep.
It is just crazy to think. I grew up with Toombul Shopping Centre,
Yep.
and to see it just levelled
Yeah.
is crazy.
It was an institution. It was one of Brisbane's first big shopping centres
Yeah, it was
like that.
Toombul and Indooroopilly, I remember back in the day, were the two.
They were the two big ones.
Yep.
Yep.
Now, this is a section of road that a lot of people will turn across traffic, and they'll sit, especially during peak hour traffic, like that intersection just there we passed.
Yep.
Cars will sit in this right-hand lane and just sit there for ages, blocking all of the traffic behind them and waiting until there's a space to turn across. And in peak hour traffic, everyone's coming in from back in from the city
Yes.
into the suburbs.
Yep.
But what you could do is turn left back there, you turn right, go up the side street, and then you come across this intersection.
Okay.
If you're trying to turn right, turn left, turn right, and then go across the intersection instead of blocking up all the traffic.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
a big bugbear, and Sandgate Road's terrible for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandgate Road. Many memories on Sandgate Road.
So this is just testing our gear,
Yep.
testing to make sure the cameras work.
You see, and there's actually, those of you watching for the second time, we got data tags.
Oh yeah, data tags. What have I
Yeah.
put up there? The
You got the logo there
logo.
with the subscription counter.
Yeah, that's not working.
That's
It just says
seems
the
to
number
have
that
been
it said last
weird. You've
night.
also got the Driving Live Australia in the top left.
And
Brisbane, is
what's
it
that? Oh, the time. Is the
yeah.
time working?
Yes, it is. It's in 24-hour time too.
Then it's so it should be. If you can't read 24-hour time,
That's our ex-military man right here beside me, mate.
that is true.
And that's how aviation works too, by the way. It's only changed on your itinerary.
You know what? I could really mess people up and make it Zulu time.
No. You could do GMT and really mess people up.
Zulu time. That is
James
that
did
is,
it to me one night on a stream. He said the time, and it got me, eh? I'm like, mate,
that's
you're
what
2
Zulu time
hours
is.
too early.
Zulu,
is that
Zulu
Zulu?
time
Okay.
is Greenwich
That's
Mean
GMT.
Time.
Yeah, cool. Thanks. That's cleared up because James and I only ever talked about it as GMT. He just said GMT.
Yeah. Zulu time is military time. That's the military time code for GMT.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, like if we were saying like something needs to happen at a specific time, you'll
Yep.
say it'll happen at X time, X Zulu time, and then towards the end of your orders group and everything, you say, okay, synchronize watches.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, people haven't needed to synchronize their watches since nuclear time.
Yeah.
Since the internet.
Yep.
So now everyone just is
does
on
it.
the same time.
Yeah.
Actually, I was looking at where I got that time from, the plug-in,
Yeah.
and it actually said that like it was 0.3 of a second out
Oh,
of
what's
actual.
that?
I know.
That's not even a blink of an eye, man. That's
But anyway, Brisbane, Queensland. I didn't think I needed to put Australia considering it was in the title of the channel. So
no.
all right, so we have a choice. Coming up, we can either go through the city or we can take the inner city bypass.
Yeah.
But
well,
we don't want to get there too quick. We do want to. We want to go through the city to see what the coverage is like.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Buy me a Coke, boy.
Who said that? Yo, me a Coke. I heard that just today, earlier or last night.
Did you
or something.
really?
So, for those watching back, not live, how far we have an election coming up.
It's this weekend.
What day?
Saturday.
It's always on a Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always on a Saturday.
Polling day is Saturday.
Hang on, this Saturday coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's a long weekend.
This Saturday?
This weekend coming
Yeah,
up
it's
is our
May.
third long weekend in a row. It's
because we've
Labor
got
Day.
Labor Day coming up.
We just had Easter, 4-day weekend,
Yeah.
which I didn't because I worked all 4 days.
Yeah, I worked 2 days over the weekend too, yes.
Then we've just had Anzac Day long weekend. Which
and I'm on my 4th day off for the weekend.
Nice Porsche. But it's always, how much better is it when it's a Friday long weekend, Friday day off?
No, it makes it ever so sweet, doesn't it?
And then there's a bump. Oh, I hate manhole covers. They just can't, the road crews can't seem to put them at the height of the road.
No, they can't. I don't know what's going on there.
Sink them a couple of inches.
They just got to do it.
Let's go. Oh, I can see the tip of the Story Bridge. Let's go down to the valley.
Okay. If anyone's having issues with
There's some cars coming.
the constant rendering happening with the video you're seeing, just shut down your app, or if you're on your browser, just close it down and reload it.
Now, why would that be happening? Why would they need to do that?
I don't know, but I have learnt doing what I'm doing that sometimes
Right.
does help.
Is Cody watching?
Nope.
What? How do you know?
Oh no, Otto's here.
Oh, Toto.
Oh, Toto. Sorry.
Stuff that. He's got so many names.
That's all right.
He's
I know
got
Brian
so many names.
Svensson.
So if he's watching now, I'm driving. So I believe he might have just sent me a text message.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
driving.
Yeah.
Red.
See,
I'm not going to be looking at my freaking phone.
Yeah, and I cannot do what was going to be done. I can't do that from my phone. I need to do it from either my laptop or from yours. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That is making Red a moderator.
Yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't do that in time for this, but hopefully he's sitting at home watching the stream.
He's there. I can see him.
There you go. He works in here on the weekends.
He does, which I learned only 2 weeks ago.
You know what?
I need to do that one night. Just come down and just do it.
I think let's cruise across the Story Bridge
Done.
and then cruise back.
It's
Look,
via South
someone's
Bank.
playing Frogger. We definitely need a laugh counter. So we'll go across the Story Bridge, back along the Riverside Expressway. Captain Cook Bridge, Riverside Expressway. Riverside Expressway will then take us to... Hey, turn your lights on.
We'll end up at...
Why doesn't... He's got no headlights on.
that'll bring us out near Suncorp.
He must... So the Camry in front of us, I don't know... He's got taillights on, so I'm thinking...
Ooh, look, food.
Yes.
Can they see that? Nah.
So the Camry
There it is, food.
doesn't have headlights on.
Yep.
But they have their taillights on, so I'm assuming they've got their parkers on.
See.
But you can see there's no headlights on. Like,
Yeah.
have a look on
Yeah,
the road
look,
in
look
front
at
of
the
the car.
back of the car. Look at the back of the truck.
That is one counter we're
The bus.
going to
actually.
do.
Yeah, that's the bus.
That's one counter we're going to
See,
do.
That's a law break.
We're just... Did you see that R32 GTR?
No.
Oh, it's back there in the shop.
Oh.
There's a few car yards through here. I'm going to change lanes. Can you change lanes through an intersection? There you go, team. For those people listening.
There we go. GR just said, love the Tezza laugh.
Yeah, the guy in the Camry next to me. That's the thing. It's hard to tell people that they don't have their lights on.
Yeah. See, but when you're on suburban roads like this, or even in a city, people don't even realise they haven't even turned it on.
He doesn't even have parkers on. There's no front lights on his car at all.
Okay, so that's his problem, not
Right, wind this window.
You hear that, people?
Yeah, that's just
We're just up the ramp.
accelerating from 30 to 60.
Up to ramp, over the Story Bridge.
So just to make sure I could merge correctly without getting in anyone else's way. Here we go, team.
Got a bit of history for the Story Bridge for everyone.
Oh, come on. What's that?
The head architect of this bridge, I am related to by blood.
What's his name? Come on, off the top of your head.
His last name was Story, I'll tell you that. Arnold. That's how the family knew him.
Right.
Yeah.
So who was...
His relationship to me was through my great-grandmother.
How good does the city look? The city looks great. It's, I do like it. The bridge is a bit crap. I mean, it's a good bridge. It's just
It's a good bridge. It's been standing a long time.
bit bumpy.
No insult, but yeah, it's old. Needs work.
When was it built?
Oh,
20s, 30s, something like that? But was it before or after the Sydney Harbour Bridge?
no, it was before Sydney.
Well,
Yeah.
this could be right or this could be wrong, but what I heard was the Brisbane Story Bridge, the design was actually first going to be the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Similar. Yeah.
But it was too small.
Yeah. Well, see, there is a small version of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in the world. It's
Canada.
over in the UK. No, it's in the UK.
Oh, I swear Canada's got
No,
one.
it's in the UK.
No, there's more than one.
Oh, there probably is. But the one that looks closest to the Sydney Harbour Bridge on a small scale is in the UK.
All right.
I'm almost sure it's in Gatwick or Gloucester or something like that.
Gloucester.
It's
How do you say Gloucester?
It starts with G. I
Not
will do
Gloucester?
some more
Not
research.
just Gloucester?
No, there is a Gloucester.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah,
Probably is.
yeah. It is England.
So we are now on Kangaroo Point. We're on the south side of the Brisbane River.
There we go.
This is enemy
territory. Max. Kind of love Max.
So
Absolute fountain of knowledge here.
who was
Max?
Yeah, go.
Story Bridge opened in 1940.
Ah, so it's after.
It was after. Not long after, but it was after.
So I don't know why this car's not doing 50. We're doing 35 in a 50 zone. But it is a bit busy through here. There's lots of parking.
Max knows how the bridge feels.
Yeah, it's a bit bumpy. But so is the Story Bridge. The Harbour Bridge. It's a
Sydney
bit
Harbour
bouncy.
Bridge, it's old.
I've climbed both of them, Terry. Have you climbed either of them?
No, I've only climbed Story Bridge.
So you have. You've climbed the Story Bridge.
The Story Bridge, yeah. But I haven't done Sydney Harbour. But I have walked across the Sydney Harbour Bridge on the pedestrian level quite a few times.
I've run across it as a part of the marathon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the marathon starts underneath the north end of Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Yes, up Milson's Point there, yep.
Milson's Point, and then runs north, up, does a U-turn. And
up
then,
the steps?
No, you go up the road.
Oh.
You go up the road at the intersection. You don't
And
go up the steps.
what's the challenge? I've done the steps more than you then. The steps, man. Those steps. Oh.
I've spent most of my adult life in Sydney.
Oh, well, you would
you've-
have done the steps a few times then.
All right, where are we going? I have done the steps a few times. I actually used to live near Coogee at
Oh,
Redcliffe.
wow. Well,
So
well, there you go.
I used to do the Coogee stairs a couple of times a week.
I did the walk from Kirribilli all the way up to the steps and then across the bridge. And
Why are we talking about Sydney? We're
don't
cruising
know.
through Brisbane
I
now.
don't know because...
You know what? No, but that's a good segue
Yeah.
because we will cruise through Sydney.
Yeah.
Once we've got all this tech sorted out, once we know what we're doing,
Harbour Bridge, the Harbour Tunnel. Would be
we'll cruise through the Harbour
interesting.
Tunnel. We'll
Yeah.
see. Which hopefully we'll be able to
Done that a few times. But
stream through that. Actually, there's really good footage on the on YouTube's of who was it? Alan Grice driving a V8 supercar through the tunnel,
oh, really?
and not at 80 k's an hour. He was going a little bit faster, and it sounds amazing. Sounds really good.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it was Alan Grice that did it.
Jimmy just replied to me on
Right.
Facebook. Yeah.
On Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger.
Roger.
Yeah.
Actually, Nina watched the stream on Friday. Nina, how's the sound tonight compared to Friday?
Yeah.
If you're listening in the background, how's the sound compared? Different
Oh,
car.
wow.
Too. Different car. Yeah, what?
Max. Gotta love Max. Hey?
Yeah, why? Why do
Fun
you love
fact,
Max?
the roads crossing both the Story Bridge and the Sydney Harbour Bridge
Are called the Bradfield Highway.
You got it.
How did I know that?
How did you know that?
Because I've climbed both bridges.
Yep.
And I don't know who Mr. Story was, but I know who Mr. John Bradfield was.
Yeah.
All right, so this time we're going back across the Captain Cook Bridge, which leads onto the Riverside Expressway.
It does.
We'll get a little bit better view of the city.
It is. We'll even get the view of the new Crown.
The new. Might be able to see the Brisbane Wheel.
Yeah.
South Bank to the left across the river.
Victoria Bridge there in the lovely colours.
The green. Well, it's only green. Is it green?
Green, yellow.
Oh, green and pinky.
Green, yellow. I think it's trying to rip off yellow, but yeah.
So this lane does exit, so we're going to need to
Gee, it's been a while since it's been along here, mate.
change lanes. Here we go. And there we are, just up there. So I actually went there on Saturday night for the first time.
Where's that? Crown?
Star.
Star.
The Star Casino.
Sorry. Yeah, I was getting
Star
that wrong.
Casino.
Star.
That one that's the day it opened was already how many millions of dollars in debt?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that one.
Yep. Yeah,
So
that's...
about to go under the pedestrian bridge, which I walked across for the first time on Saturday night.
Yes. Brand new.
After getting off of a 90-minute river cruise.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I've done one of them.
Unfortunately, the sky deck, or whatever they call it, up on the top was shut for a private function.
Okay, yeah, it can be done. Yes.
So I didn't get to go up there and check out the view from up top, but
We got roadworks.
we'll do that another day. There's always something going on around here.
Oh, it's the Riverside Expressway, mate.
So then, just up ahead, we're about to go under the Karulpa Bridge. Do you know what the design feature of this bridge is all about?
No.
So, there's a lot of ropes and a lot of zigzaggy, basically columns and poles. That's to replicate the masts and stays on the ships of the First Fleet.
Okay. Nice bit of history there. Okay.
Yep, so
Yep. Actually, when you look at it. Wow, okay.
it's a nice bridge. I like that
Yeah.
one. Again, a pedestrian bridge. There's almost more
Yeah.
pedestrian bridges across Brisbane River than there is road bridges.
And there's 3 within the city now.
4.
4. There you go.
And then there is... I'll have to double check my brain. And then under the William Jolly Bridge, along Coronation Drive, just near Suncorp Stadium, or the mighty Lang Park, as
Lang Park.
some of us
Which is still officially known, that area around it, as Lang Park.
under the railway bridge. So at the moment, this railway bridge we just passed under is the only connection between the north and the south for,
It is.
for the rail network until the Cross River
Rail.
Tunnel, Cross River Rail Tunnel is
Complete.
commissioned.
Yes, which is still 2 years away.
It's a big.
It's a big project.
They've built a bunch of new, like a couple of new stations. They've
3 underground stations.
refurbed some old stations.
Yep.
Just going to open the window a little bit.
There's
Trust me to pick a car with no air conditioning.
it'll it'll change the Brisbane rail network completely. It really will. It'll take a bottleneck out.
All right. So how's our focus? Yeah, that looks
Yeah,
all right on the
It's
laptop.
looking good.
So there's the Bicentennial Bridge. That's a walk bridge. There's the new one on the Kangaroo Point side. It's got
Yes.
a restaurant above it.
It does.
And then there's the one that we just went under that joins to the Star Casino.
Yep.
So there's 3.
There's 2 from South Bank alone across into the city.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
All right,
leads
maybe
into the
there's 3.
Botanics.
You're probably
and
right.
TAFE.
you're probably right. There's probably 3 pedestrian
Well,
bridges.
if you include
Nah, not
Victoria Bridge.
No, not including Victoria Bridge. It's not really open to... Is it open to public?
Yes.
It's a bus bridge.
It's a bus bridge, but only open to public pedestrians. It's
I
not
know the
open- yeah.
Lady Eleanor Chanel Bridge, which is at St. Lucia, which is
Oh, yeah.
which is the next bridge if you were going up the river. Is the next bridge.
Yep, it is.
What street's this? Do I want this street? I'll go this road. I want this road.
Yeah, we want to start heading
this road.
towards the west. If we're going from Mt Coot-ha.
I don't mind this little microphone. It's working well. The little wireless one. I mean, I'm having to have it positioned right next to my mouth, but that's like most microphones.
Oh, it's like most. Even this one, I have to put it right next to me.
No, those ones are built for it.
Yeah.
Mate, I eat those ones when I'm in the podcast studio.
I try not to do what other friends of mine's do.
Lick them.
Pretty much eat it.
Eat them.
Yeah,
but I keep turning my head away from this microphone.
He knows who I'm talking about too, by the way.
Who does?
Well, he out there, if he's listening, he knows. I know he chews on his Bearcat.
All right, so let's talk about Red for a second. Red is going to be the main driver for the channel, but he's at home with his daughter at the moment.
Yes.
He was supposed to not have his daughter. It was his week off. But the baby mama is, proving to be a very inconvenient person. So he's ended up with his daughter again tonight, which means he stays at home and he's watching the live stream. G'day, Red. Hopefully he'll also have some feedback when we catch up.
Oh, here we go. I'm getting questions.
Go.
Hang on. I'm using, if I had a third hand, it'd be great.
That's what she said.
Yeah. That's what I say. Can you change lanes in an intersection? That's from Nina.
Oh, Nina, good question. Well, I did actually ask that question before, but we haven't really spoken about it. Okay. So, obviously, disregarding other states at the moment, because I'm not quite sure, but in Queensland, it depends on the intersection. And
Yes.
I can explain why. Do you want to give it a crack, Tez? Do you know the difference between...
It's the length of the solid line before you approach the stop line.
Incorrect.
Okay, there you go.
So we're talking about changing lanes during the intersection.
Okay, so after you pass the stop line.
Yes.
No.
During the intersection. So in the intersection, not before the intersection.
Now, I've always known that you're not supposed to do that.
All right, and that's incorrect.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody out there wants to prove us wrong, that's fine. That's
Please.
what this channel's all about.
Please.
But as far as I'm aware, there's two types. There are and well, firstly, it needs to be a multi-lane intersection. So it needs to at least be 2 lanes, if not more.
Yep.
So otherwise, you can't change lanes
Yeah.
when it's only 1 lane. So just to confirm that. Then, so if you got, for instance, we'll keep it simple. If you've got 2 lanes, if there is a dotted line that continues in through the intersection to the other side, then you can't change lanes. You're not permitted to change lanes. Yeah, we'll find some. We'll find some tonight.
Yep.
If we've... Whoa, that car is... There we go.
We are in Toowong.
Yeah, well, they didn't have their indicator on.
They didn't.
So...
Going under the Toowong overpass right now.
All right, so this
beside
is... No, we're going beside it. All right, so we're going to have to pick the right lane, so we just need to check and see if there's any cars coming off. There we go, off the overpass.
There we go.
And then we're going to...
We're
we're clear. And then we take the first exit. Now it's going to get dark, so if the stream...
Gets a bit
It's
fuzzy.
a bit of light. If it gets blurry.
Yeah, because it's focusing on the strongest light. That's what it's doing.
So this is the section I was saying before might be a bit dark and might lose focus.
See, I've been to the Botanics here quite a bit, and yeah, it is dark at night.
So we're going to go up the short way, the front way.
Yep.
Because the back way's a good drive, but we'll do that during the day. We'll do that
with
another
the high
day.
beams on, we should, when we can, of course.
So high beaming when there's no traffic coming.
Yep. We should be okay. It's having trouble, but
that's okay. We'll get there.
we'll work it out.
This high beam's not the highest of high beams. So to finish the question, Nina, if a multi-lane road through an intersection doesn't have dotted lines that separate the lanes, then you can make a lane change during the intersection. If it does have dotted lines, then that signifies that you need to remain in that lane, especially if it's turning lanes.
Oh.
So, like if you've got one lane that turns into a dual road, like one turning lane that turns into a multi-lane road, chances are there won't be the dotted lines there, and you'll be able to turn into either lane, either or.
Yep.
But if you've got two lanes turning into two lanes, then you'll have dotted lines in between the lanes to signify that you can't change lanes during the intersection. Now, that could be similar to other states, or it might not be the same. So if H-Man and Max want to chip in, and
please
if they
do,
know,
boys. Please do.
Well, the other thing is too, Terry's not always going to be in the car. Terry's going to be remote sometimes.
Yes.
Red will be driving. I'll be on the laptop. And Terry's going to be at home being super moderator, doing his thing. Probably with a Rumbos in his hand.
Yep. More than likely. But, hey, not Rumbos, though. Jimmy's.
Jimmy Beam.
Or Jacko's. Yeah.
Jimmy or Jack, right.
Yeah.
So, how's our focus? Is